I heard that Fisk put an outlaw on all vigilantes, so we need all the help we can get. Where is that guy Spider-Man? We need his help. Now that Daredevil Born Again has wrapped up its first season, it's time for a spoiler review, and I'll put timestamps in the description in case there's anything that you want to see me talk about without sitting through all the yapping. So episode 1 started off with our favorite character Foggy dying within the first 15 minutes. And then that made Matt want to kill Bullseye, and that was a turning point for Daredevil. And this was what made him stop. Before I go on, I thought that Foggy's death doesn't feel like one that will last. I mean, number one, it's Marvel. They killed off Vision, Gamora, Loki, and they all came back. Number two, I mean, it just doesn't feel like one that will last. But this was a way to make season 1 start off a bang. Then we get 1 year later time gap, and we see Matt become a full-time lawyer, and this time he has the proper funds and is a big name, which is interesting and was new to see. Matt and Wilson are trying to become new people and trying to step away from their violent natures, but just because they did doesn't mean that others have to. Because one of my favorite episodes from season 1 was the White Tiger episode, and that was one of my most anticipated parts of season 1 because I grew up on Ultimate Spider-Man, and White Tiger, even though it's a different person, I was still very excited for it. And man, this was such a sad episode. Poor Hector, he was just trying to help a man out, and some of the cops, crooked cops, had him arrested, and Matt became his lawyer. And I love this episode, the story of heroes versus the people, and in the end the people sided with the heroes, and then because of that the cops killed White Tiger. And it made me so happy when the Punisher started beating up all the crooked cops at the end. But I do hope that Ava becomes the next White Tiger because that's the one I grew up with and want the most. Kingpin is interesting because he can act so calm, and then seconds later he can start beating you to death in the most psycho way possible. And now I'm starting to wonder if he's more psycho and insane than Poindexter. But somehow the people voted him mayor this season, even though all the bad things he did. But this introduced more side characters to the story, like Ben Urich's family relative, BB Urich, and that guy Daniel, and also Fisk's loyal guard Buck. All these characters like BB Urich have potential. Well, mostly just BB Urich because the other two weren't that underused, but BB Urich could have been used a lot more. And it was kind of weird that she was just fine with Fisk killing her family relative like that. But I feel like Daniel is going to get killed next season, man, because he's in way over his head, and he's going to make the wrong move one day, and Fisk's not going to be happy about it. The character is Heather, Matt's new girlfriend, someone I really liked at first, but slowly starting to become a little strange, like trusting Kingpin more than before, even though Matt told her that he was not a good person. She wouldn't even hear him out, and then she accepted the job by Kingpin too, and she couldn't even talk to Matt before she did that. Punisher, someone I was very excited about, and he appeared in episode 4 and episode 9 and has such a well-written scene in episode 4 that can make someone cry, and I'm not kidding about that. It was really, really sad. In episode 9, he was locked in. He took out half the task force, and the task force was scared to death of him. And Daredevil and him were still arguing whether or not he should kill people, but seeing them fight together was so awesome. But it didn't really make sense how he just started to care about the task force in that final episode. He was just fine with someone carrying his logo, killing White Tiger, but he just started to care because of a pep talk from Matt and a call from Karen. But now let's talk about Daredevil himself. I feel like Matt became so much more heroic this season and became a true hero. He was giving inspiring speeches and was giving people hope, and he was making jokes, and that made him much more human, a lot less Batman. And I got chills when he became Daredevil again in episode 6 and just wanted to stand up, get off my couch, and cheer while Matt was giving Muse the butt kicking of the century. The season ends off with more setup than I would have thought, but if the setup was this good, I have no idea how good season 2 is going to be. And setting up, maybe it's cameo appearances from Hawkeye, Spider-Man, etc. Because vigilantes are outside the law now, and now they're getting hunted down. It's going to be really cool to see season 2. I cannot wait. But remember to like, comment, subscribe. I'm Magic Impulse. Peace out.